Hello everyone, it's Darla. It Scrap Happens here with Tuesday's tip, and I have some fun stuff to share with you today. I am playing with Stampin' Up's new linen paper, and I absolutely love it. This is stamped on the linen paper with gray granite ink using the stacked stone stamp set. It just adds so much texture to it on the linen paper. This is a 3 3/4 piece by 5-inch piece of the paper. It comes in 12 by 12 pieces. You get 2 of them for $6, so I think it's a great deal. Here's a card that I made using the artistically inked stamp set. Now I use the same backgrounds on the card base as I did on the linen paper, and you can see what a different look it gives. And I'm going to show you how I did that in just a minute. I first want to show you that you can cut it just like regular paper. These are flowers die cut with the pierced bloom dies. I'm going to show you something fun to do with those in just a minute. These hearts are cut from the floral hearts dies. I have some wedding cards. I have 2 kids getting married and an anniversary coming up. A wedding in June, an anniversary in June, and another wedding in October. So I have some anniversary and wedding cards to create, so getting a head start. I used my Stitch So Sweetly dies to cut this scalloped rectangle. And of course you can just use your regular trimmer and cut. And this is just a 3 by 3 piece that I'm going to use to show you how I did my card. I did real quickly want to show you some different things before I show you how to do the card that are super fun to do. So this is a Stampin' Spritzer that I filled almost to the top with 91% rubbing alcohol. And then I put 10 drops of free Freesia ink inside of it and shook it up. So I could just add a little color to my flower. You can add a little. Or you can add more. I think it's really cool. And I use the rubbing alcohol because it dries faster. I also wanted to show you, I'm going to spritz this heart. I'm going to fold this. I'm going to spritz this heart with that fresh Freesia ink. But I'm also going to use my Henna Hearts stamp set. Love this set. And I'm going to add some detail to that heart. Oh, I needed more paper. So I'm going to ink up this detail stamp, and I'm just going to stamp it right down there and add some detail. Isn't that beautiful? I'll show you when it's dry too. And I'll have the finished cards on there on my blog at scraphappensherewithdarla.com. So be sure to come back. I'm not going to put them all on there today. Don't want to overwhelm you. But I'm so excited about this paper. I want to show you some different techniques. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I created my card base. Or not my card base. The center for this card. I just love it. I am using Bumblebee ink and Bermuda Bay ink. And if you've seen my previous videos, when I use rubbing alcohol, I mark them with washi tape. This one is easy to tell because it has color, so I don't worry about the washing tape. But this one, you can't tell the difference between water and rubbing alcohol without unscrewing it and smelling it. So I put washi tape on all my spritzers that I have filled with rubbing alcohol. And so I am going to... I have an envelope here because I don't have any scratch paper. I'm going to spritz my 3 by 3 piece with some rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to take this part of the stamp, it looks like the artistically inked designer paper, which is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to use it in a class, but it's not orderable until the end of the month. So I think the 24th or 25th, but it's a must have. So I am going to stock up on it because it is gorgeous. It's going to be beautiful for scrapbook pages, for cards, but I'm going to kind of recreate the same look of that paper just with the stamp and the ink. Oh, one thing I forgot, I'm going to spritz my stamp as well. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. Such cool paper. Now the linen paper is still damp. So I inked up a flower, spritzed it. Now I want to show you also what it'll do without spritzing it. The stamp without spritzing. This one isn't spritzed. It just doesn't spread out as much, but it looks just as cool. It's just not as watercolory. Then I'm going to take that same stamp that I did the top, and I'm going to just add some of the Bermuda Bay in some other colors. And I'm actually going to spritz it because I want it to flow in there and go a little darker. There you go. Now, I read somewhere, or someone told me, that it makes it look more artistic if you leave some blank white spaces. So that's an option that I'm going to do. But I also have the little dots from the same stamp set, the artistically inked stamp set, that I'm just going to add here and there. Just to add a little more texture. And there you have it. The beautiful background. For a sentiment, I used Happy Birthday. That is from the same set, but you can use any sentiment. This would be a great anniversary card. Super fun, super cool. Really addicting paper to use. You're going to want to get a bunch of it. Another thing that I just discovered was I think that it is self-adhesive. So when I looked at this, when I was cutting this detailed heart, part of it came apart and voila, it's self-adhesive. So that is so cool. And real quickly, I'm just going to spritz some little color on this heart. For an anniversary card or a wedding card. Super excited to be having some weddings coming up and anniversaries to celebrate. There you have it for today. I hope you will give this linen paper a try. You can find it at my store, Scrap Happens here with Darla.com, and just click on Shop Now. And I'll have all the details and measurements for this card, and then be looking for future cards made with the linen paper and lots more inspiration on my blog. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. And I will be back next week with another Tuesday's tip. So be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any more of my videos. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.